So I learned something today, and I wanted to start the video with it, because I think it's that big of a deal. For years at this point, it's been really well known that the 243, when you zero for 300 meters, hits low. It's more like dead on at 250. I was doing some testing here at the range, and check this out. Got 300 meter target, zeroed for 300, and if we can line this up, it hits dead on exactly where you're aiming. That hasn't been the case in a really long time. Now, the 223 also had that issue. If we use the 223, same exact deal, it's also been fixed. My guess is that the pistol pack and update fixed it and changed the ballistics of these guns to actually hit properly for those zeroing distances, and I had no idea. So, we're heading to Emerald Coast, the home of the 22-250, with the 243 today. So just for clarity, this isn't going to be like a 243 hunt or anything like that, but it is the inspiration for coming here specifically to Emerald Coast. So we have a hog deer, right about 300, that should go straight through the lungs. And when this map came out along with the 22-250, one of the big advantages to that particular gun was that it wasn't affected by that weird ballistics oddity that the 223 and 243 had. So I've been choosing it a lot, whether it's on New England, Mississippi, any map with small animals, because of that long-range capability where you don't have to worry about trying to compensate for that weird zeroing effect. So now, we can bring the 243 here and do well at 300 meters, and I think it's going to be really nice to have the options. And of course, got a much better hog deer running through here. Might be able to get like a neck shot. Oof. I'm sure the 22-250 could have done that too, but that worked out pretty darn good. I also wanted to mention though too, like, I've been talking about that 300 meter thing for years, and probably between videos and streams, I'm sure I've said it more than 100 times, so I wanted to get it out there that that is no longer the case. I'm sure I'm not the first person to figure it out, but I'm also sure some of you guys out there hadn't heard about it yet, so hopefully it's useful, and hopefully the 223 and 243 find their way into more people's loadouts. And I think when we have stuff like that going on, it's a good excuse to breaking back out of the gun safe. But as for the one that we actually shot from 300 plus meters, actually a nice spotted one. Right lung, if anything, we're a little high in the lung there. 304 meters, and I just think it's going to be really nice, again, to have that option, and for the 243 and 223 to be good at that range. So it is currently, like, end of hog deer drink time, about 15:30. We'll probably continue to hunt for them. I think we're going to save this creek for sandbar drink time, so we'll bounce around to a couple of little hot spots and see what we can find. And go figure, it's already happening. Got a max weight estimate level 7 fox. It almost has to score 12 too, because that estimate of 9 to 12 is really, really odd. I think it might be possible to get like maybe 11.9, but other than that, I have to imagine we're going to be in that 12 range, and the legend of the 12 red fox says once we shoot a red fox that scores 12, we always find something decent in that hunt. Now I think we did whiff the shot. He is 12.23, but we shot him a little bit too high. I guess we'll see if the legend continues today. And there was another fox that actually warning called up there. I'm trying to get to like a couple of these lakes on the northeast part of the map, and maybe we have a chance of stumbling into Bantang as we do it. But I think we better go check this just in case. I'm gonna say not exactly worth coming up here and checking that track. Minimum weight estimate, level 3 male. Not quite able to get that brain shot, but second shot will do. There were kangaroos down here. There's still other foxes taking off. And hopefully once we claim this, we can maybe just spin back around and get up there, because pretty soon, hog deer will be done drinking, and once we get into sandbar time, we're going to be scooting along this creek, and then it's going to be dark. So unless the time gets changed, I do want to at least make the most of the hour or so we have of daylight, and rather than just run around after warning calls, I think we best go to some drink zones. Obviously the skull hit there ruined the, I'm surprised, but silver, even though he's only a level 3. And yeah, I think we could check for those kangaroos. Probably we better just spin back north though. So finally a decent hog deer, 87 to 104. And we're all the way up here at what you might know as like the best Roosa deer lake on the entire map. We'll probably end up back here later. I hope we got a lung shot there. We may have been just a touch low. He's going down. He keeps pausing, like, every time we run into the water, we get a chance. Didn't quite land either of those shots, so I guess we'll see. But up in here, usually you get like 30 to 50 rooster deer all drinking at this one spot. And it just so happens, the only lake that doesn't have absolute pathetic hog deer bucks happens to be this one. I can't imagine a flesh wound brings one down that fast, and they are tough. So let's actually see. Yeah, that was left lung. Pretty impressive he ran that far, 88 score, so not too bad. And considering we are around 1700 now, it is 1637. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the last one we get. Well, that just about got away from us. Got a level 9 kangaroo way out there, like 400 meters. And I just happened to turn around like right at the perfect time to spot it. So they move so darn fast. I've got the 22. If we just shoot way out ahead of him, can we get him to stand still? Because I bet we can get that with the 308. If he'll just stand up. Oh, I think he dropped down and that didn't even hit him. The problem is he went to fleeing, so that's going to be annoying. I guess we can fast travel here and get a little closer and try to catch up to him. You know, it just occurred to me. I made a massive mistake by spotting these other kangaroos, because what's going to happen now is every male kangaroo essentially is max weight estimate. Getting on the right track could kind of be a problem. If only that 6 was flipped upside down, this would be perfect. I mean, he may eventually go aggressive. But like I said, all of them are going to be that same estimate. The one good thing is, I kind of thought the level 9 looked like it might be the brown variant. This is just now tracks of a brown fur type one. I'm not really sure where it is. Got this aggressive 3 as well, so let's just kind of take care of that real quick. Should bring it down semi-quickly. I'm surprised, though. She's still going. That'll take it down. So regroup real fast. That is the gray-brown there for the level 3. I don't know how big he was. I don't even remember the estimate. It was up to 5 something, so not like a guaranteed troll, which so many are. But the question is, where did he go? Well, we're kind of lucky that kangaroo spotting works really weird. We're actually spotting him through the ground here. But I knew my reticle passed over something. It took me forever to find it again. But now that we know exactly where he is, we can kind of stay with the wind in our favor up on this side of the hill. And hopefully we can just get a shot at him. This is getting really frustrating, trying to track him like through these hilly areas with so much brush. And I don't think we want to alert him until we get right up where we can get a shot. Otherwise, he could probably scoot out of there pretty easily. So I'm kind of thinking this will work. It's right about 75 out. I don't even think we need to move that much. It does not take a whole lot to get their attention, and they usually take off pretty quick. So when they stand alert, they'll kind of stand up a little bit and then stand all the way up. So we want to time this. That's what I mean. And that's the shot we want. So here's the thing. I really want a brown diamond kangaroo. We've got like, I don't know, 5 or 10 that are all the gray variant. Diamond is 492. This guy's max estimate is 506. Estimates mean next to nothing. Just fingers crossed, because I think they do look really, really cool. 472. All that time for a troll. 2 kilometer track. And if we could have just hit him at 400 meters, that would have been fantastic. Mr. 12 scoring fox has let us down. Maybe that's what we get for whiffing on the shot. It didn't cost us like a ton of time. It's only 1730, but would have been nice to be, 500 meters down this creek or so, instead of just now getting down there. Oh, that's a 4? I thought for sure that was a definite diamond. It's a really good looking one. He's only up to 157, actually. So I guess he's just a quality gold. We can, though, use the 338 for the first time this hunt, and it definitely takes care of them just fine. Was thinking for a second there, maybe it kind of paid off, spending so much time tracking the kangaroo. Everything should definitely be into their zones, though. Was that an aggressive bentang? Okay. I mean, definitely a good-looking sandbar. So we have a couple of crocs just running around over here. He is 156.75, diamond's 166, so kind of close. And hopefully we can find another one in that size range, but just a little bit bigger. These just running by us. No, that one's aggressive, so probably as he's speed swimming. Need to take care of that. 2 for 2 with the 338. Straight through the neck, 841 scoring gold. We're almost past where all the crocs spawn. I'd say like in here, we can pretty much expect to not have any more, but at the moment, they're absolutely everywhere. Man, another really solid sandbar, up to 158, possibly again? I think that might have been the same estimate as the last one. But before he drinks, we'll just get a 338 round through the neck and continue on up through here. I think somewhere in this area you start to get less of them up along the creek. There probably are more, but I really want to check this spot. That's got a ton of them, and maybe up here too. We're pretty quickly covering a lot of this ground though. And while there are a bunch of sandbar, and obviously red fox and stuff too, nothing too special minus the 2 big ones that we've now taken down. I gotta think this is gonna be that same situation though, like max 158 but in the 150s? 158.2, he's I think 2 kilo lower, but actually a higher scoring buck. I like the way this is going. If we could just find one like, well, 1 level higher. Ooh, that's another big one. It's still a 4. It's up to 160. I feel like we're slowly moving in the right direction. One of these has to end up making it. Can't quite get his attention there. Got it that time? Right about 300 meters away. He's facing us. And I think that should have been a lung shot. Looks like it is. That's really surprising though. The difference at that range? Single lung, I guess, versus double lung, but he actually ran quite a bit. I don't feel like we usually kill this many solid ones though. Like even that's a 158. They're all in the same size range too. That's the wildest part of it. I feel like we maybe get one good one. Sometimes it's a 5, sometimes it's a big 4. 3 big 4s like that, all within about 10 of diamond. I know 10's still a lot, but usually we just don't see even that big a frame all that often. I guess like I'm tempted to go all the way up then just in case. We'll at least go a little bit further. So it got a little late on us there, and if you happen to watch the revolver challenge, you may recall we spent a bunch of time on Emerald Coast hunting for the rooster deer at night, and it didn't take long hunting at night to realize I don't want to do that again. So swap to another server that is morning, and we're just going to kind of run through the swamp here. Maybe see if we have a decent magpie fly over. Obviously, any crocs that go after us or anything we spot in the distance we'll try to get, and we'll see if anything good comes out of it. And so a pretty solid start. 967 scoring mythical, double along with the 338, and hopefully we can just build on that. Well, sad to say, the croc luck was just not on our side today, kind of like everything else. I mean, Emerald Trollst strikes again. I think that was the second time we've been trolled by specifically a brown fur type kangaroo. The first time though, the estimate was super low. That one was at least encouraging, going all the way up north of 500. But the result's the same, a 472 kangaroo, and we still don't have that brown diamond for the lodge. That said, the sandbar deer hunting was pretty darn cool. I'm really hoping to get back out here a little bit more. Maybe we can go after crocs again and stuff and kind of work them all into the same sort of hunt. And even this had a pretty decent estimate. That's the gray brown. He's 440, and even this, I'd be happy with. Brown or gray brown, I think would look good next to a gray in that boxing multi-mount, but as for now, the quest to get one still remains. So I think on that note, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.